as we are nearing the end of another year, 2021, I really wanted to reflect and think about the things that I do not want to buy next year in the year 2022. These are goals of things that I do not want to bring into my life to add more clutter and to add more things for me to think about and take care of. So I thought it would be really fun to share with you the things that I am not planning on buying in the year 2022. And I encourage you to think about this. Maybe what is one or two things, if you don't want to make this big long list, of things that you could maybe avoid bringing into your life as extra clutter in the next year. Thank you so much for being here. Let's hop right in. Trendy clothing. It's something that I've never really gotten into, but I want to make sure that I continue down this path of only bringing into my life more classic pieces that are going to last me through the years. Trendy clothing is really fun and it's generally pretty cheap, which is why it can be very tempting to buy, but it's the kind of thing that I've noticed you really do cycle through fast, and I don't love that. I love to stick to things that are a little bit more long wearing. Now, it's funny because I'm wearing a tie-dye sweatshirt, which is absolutely more on trend. However, it is in a longer cut that I actually like. I think it's more classic and it's not a crop top. So this is something I've been wearing for 2 or 3 years now. So I've already gotten that long wear out of it. So I'm pretty mindful when it comes to not only the styles of the patterns and fabrics, but also the cuts. Sometimes getting something in a trendy pattern, but in a classic cut can actually help make it last longer. So I just really want to continue to be thoughtful about that. I made the mistake of buying a couple of DVDs for my husband's birthday last year, and they're still in the wrapper. We've never taken them out, and I think we're just kind of past that point with streaming services. It's just not worth it to buy DVDs. Plus, it's again more physical clutter, more things that are just taking up space in your house. So I'm not going to make that mistake again next year. I'm not going to buy physical DVDs, as tempting as it might be. Movies that I really love, I don't like having the physical copy. I'm going to pass on that for sure. Magazines are something that I haven't bought for the last year or two, and I'm going to continue to not bring them into my life. I just find that Pinterest is such a nice clutter-free way to get the images and information of things that I'm interested in. So as tempting as it is to buy a home decor magazine or a Joanna Gaines magazine, I really do want to avoid buying that. I think I did have one Joanna Gaines magazine that I got for Christmas a year ago, and I did love it. I absolutely loved it. But that was the one magazine, now that I'm thinking about it, that I had, and I just realized I loved it, but it's not necessary. She's got plenty online. No matter what new streaming service they come out with, I don't want it. I don't need it. We already have Netflix and Disney Plus and a couple others. We're good. We do not need to spend any more money on streaming services. Of course, Prime, we have a Prime membership, so we get Prime movies, and it's just perfect. I cannot believe I'm in a place in my life where I'm actually saying that I don't want to buy any new decor for my house. I mean, especially when it comes to holiday decor, I just don't need it. I continue every single season to pare down more and more and more. And I just have realized that I don't enjoy buying holiday decor like I used to. I did get a couple of things this fall that really match the style and aesthetic of this new house that we've been in for a year. But other than that, I didn't buy anything, and I do not foresee myself buying any new home decor next year. I used to decorate for every single holiday, 4th of July and Valentine's Day and Easter and everything, Christmas, and then fall just as a season because I love it. But I just haven't done that, and I've loved that it saved me money, and I've loved that it saved me clutter. So I like to bring in the season in other ways, activities that we do, foods that we eat. So we celebrate differently now, and it's really been nice. New furniture. I am really blessed to say that we're in a place where we are not going to need anything. We have all the beds and we have all the tables, we have everything that we need as far as furniture goes to live comfortably. And I'm not going to bring in anything new. And this one might seem kind of obvious, like you only bring in what you need, but I am tempted by furniture, especially if I see a beautiful end chair or a really, really nice table for an entryway. I've been looking at a couple, but I just need to stop because I don't need anything. And it's again, just more to take care of in my home, and we're comfortable. There's absolutely no need. Now, if something breaks, if we break a chair, I don't know how we would, but if we broke a chair, the kids jumped on their bed and we broke a bed, of course we would replace it. But as far as just bringing new furniture into our home for a different aesthetic, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave everything how it is and just enjoy what we have. I used to try out what feels like every new cleaning product on the market. I would go to Target especially, and I would love trying out new scents, new products, new cleaners. I'm done with it. I know what I like. I do not need to continually try new things. And it is fun to try new things, but the thing about it is a lot of times they're not as good as what we already consider our favorite. So it's just kind of a waste. So I'm just not going to buy anything that I haven't already tested and tried, since I already know what I love. There's just no need. We have been cutting our own children's hair for the past decade. We just do not spend money on haircuts. Now I do. I have a hairstylist that I go and see. She does my blonde, she does my cuts, and I will continue that. I do not want to try and cut my own hair. But as far as the kids go, we cut their own hair. I cut Lila's hair, and then my husband and I have learned, especially over the years, how to give a pretty decent boys haircut. So we do not spend money on boys haircuts or girls haircuts at this point, and it's not something that I'm going to start doing. It's just so nice to save that money, and it is a great skill to have since you have to cut kids' hair so often. So if you haven't ever tried cutting your kids' hair, look up a YouTube video or tutorial, see if you can maybe save money that way, because it gets so pricey, especially if you're going like every 6 weeks. Sale and discount items that I did not previously plan on buying. This is always one that I recommend you avoid buying anything that's on sale just because it's on sale. I recommend staying away from impulse buys like this, and it's something that I am continually practicing. I will be completely honest. I have made mistakes, and I have brought things into my home where I later absolutely regretted it. And the items that I usually end up regretting are the ones that I bought on impulse, and the ones that tempt me are usually the ones on sale. So I'm gonna try again this year not to bring anything into my home just because it's a good deal, just because it's a sale, if it's not something that I have already thought that I wanted to bring into my life. Checkout line items can be so tempting. Marketers are smart. They always know how to get us, and I find that the checkout is a really, really tempting hotspot, and I have picked up little things here and there at the checkout line. It's boring waiting in line sometimes, and you're just kind of oohing and awing sometimes over all this like stuff at the checkout, even if it's like a treat or something, even if it's just for the kids. But I don't want to do that. It's not a good habit, and I know better. I know what the marketers are trying to do. They're very smart, and these little items add up, and that is something that I've really learned over the past couple of years, is that these little tiny purchases, a couple dollars here, a few dollars there, add up, especially at the end of the month. So I'm going to be even more aware and careful at the checkout and try not to buy these little items. New perfume. I actually don't love perfume, if you can believe it. I am kind of allergic to perfumes. They kind of hurt my throat and they're not fun for me to wear, but I have found a perfume that's all natural. It is called La Vanilla. It's my favorite, and it doesn't bother me. So it is the same perfume that I have been wearing for several years. And I every now and then have tried a new perfume, and most of the time I don't love them. And I'm done trying perfume. I decided next year I'm gonna stick with what I know works, kind of like with the cleaning cleaning products. I know it works. I know I love it. So why venture out any farther? So I am definitely going to just stick with what I know and what I love. And I just have one little roller bottle that I stick with. Makeup wipes. I bought a pack of them recently and I realized how scratchy they are. I don't like them. I would much rather get a cotton round and a bottle of oil-free like eye makeup remover. So I am done with makeup wipes. They're just so uncomfortable, and especially when it comes to removing eye makeup, they're not very good. If I do need to use something in a pinch, especially on my eyes, coconut oil is amazing, and it's something I always have in my kitchen. So no more makeup wipes for me. I used to be a collector of mugs. I still think they're fun. I still think they're so cute. And I actually really enjoy looking at them when I go to like TJ Maxx or Home Goods. I love them. I think they're so fun. But as far as buying them, I'm done. I'm not bringing any more mugs into my house. And some of you are gonna think this is funny, but let me know in a comment. We will use seasonal mugs all year. Like I bought my kids this year, and I'm not gonna do this next year, little mugs for Halloween, and we'll just keep using them. They love them, so why put them away? They're so cute. So I'm not gonna buy anything else. We have the kids' Halloween mugs that they love, and I have a couple that I love, and my husband has one. We don't need any more than that. I'm a sucker for a really pretty, comfortable blanket. I live for coziness. I love blankets, but we have plenty. And I actually recently, this year, bought a really beautiful minky, it's like a faux minky blanket on Amazon. It's gorgeous. It's really heavy and really big, and we have been loving it. And that's the only thing I feel like we need. We have a couple of throw blankets that we've been using over the past couple of years. I've got one on my bed here. We don't need any more. The kids are plenty warm at night. They've got their covers and their quilts, so we're good on blankets. And even if I'm tempted, again, because I am tempted by blankets, I am going to pass them up next year because I just don't need any more. I own one swimsuit, and that is because I don't really like swimming. Am I crazy? Let me know if you are like me. I do not enjoy swimming. So I have one swimsuit. It's not that cute. I got it because it fit, and that is it. I am not going to be looking for something next year. I will keep this swimsuit on the rare occasion that I might step into like a hotel pool or something, but honestly, I don't like swimming, so I'm not going to be buying any extra swimsuits, even though I'm not in love with the one I have. I just don't wear it often enough to even justify buying a cuter one. I had rugs in all of my bathrooms just to make it look more comfortable and to be more cozy. Rugs really mat down in the bathrooms, and I just am done. I ended up replacing a couple of them after like 6 months, and then recently threw them away, recycled them, because they just were so matted and they were so like beyond repair, so to speak. And I just think because the bathroom is such a soggy place, it's hard to keep rugs looking fresh and clean, and I just am done with it. So we're not gonna have rugs anymore. I also had one in the kitchen that I thought was so pretty, but we kept kind of slipping and sliding on it. Even with like rug tape, it was still kind of a nightmare when it came time to clean it. It was just too much, and I took it out. It made sweeping so much harder, and I went ahead and donated that. So I've learned that I'm not a rug person. As much as I love them, I have one in the living room, and that's gonna have to be it for me. I love reading, but I'm not going to plan on buying any new books next year. And that is because, not because I don't plan on reading next year, but because I already have some books that I really want to finish up. One of them being the Little House on the Prairie book set. I loved reading Little House on the Prairie as a girl, and I bought myself the set recently, and I think I'm good. I think I can just enjoy kind of slowly reading these over the next year, and my goal is to finish them all. I don't have a ton of time for reading these days, but I do enjoy it. And then I have a couple other books that I would love to finish. So I'm not gonna buy any new books. If anything, I will see if a neighbor or friend wants to do a book swap. That way I'm getting new material, but I'm also cycling out, kind of like the one in, one out rule as far as books go. So I'm not gonna plan on buying any new books next year. Single-use toys. These are generally toys that require batteries, toys that make noise or play music. A lot of these are plastic toys. Even little figurines, I feel like, are kind of on the border between open-ended and one use. So I'm just gonna be a lot more thoughtful as I'm heading into next year on what kind of toys I'm buying for my kids as they develop. And as I've brought more like Montessori type toys, more open-ended wooden toys into my life, these are the ones that my kids go back to. So I am definitely going to be more mindful and stick with these. Dolls are open-ended, balls, blocks. We have these little stacking stones that we love. And so no more one-use toys. One planner. I have one planner and it is gonna last me until next December. I love planners. I think they're so cute. And I used to have several. I'd have the planner for my meals, the planner for work, the planner for my everyday errands. And I would have all these different planners because I loved them all and they were all so fun, but I just didn't really end up realistically using them the way I thought I would. And so what I've noticed about myself is that I only like having one planner at a time where I can keep every single aspect of my life organized. And since my planner is good till next December, I am not going to be tempted by anything else. Oh my goodness, I used to buy so many of those little notepads that are really cute. They have little designs, they have the lines on them. You can write your grocery list or keep your goals or whatever it is, like daily cleaning checklists. I don't want to buy those anymore. I just don't need them. I like sticky notes. So it's really just a kind of a matter of knowing myself and what I've used in the past. I love sticky notes. I love how easy they are to stick all over things. And so I'm sticking with them. They're not cute. They are not cute. There is nothing exciting about them, but the functionality is so perfect. So I am going to avoid buying cutesy, especially seasonal, holiday little notepads. Tech. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy speakers or earbuds or a new phone or anything. I just don't need new tech. Now, if something breaks, if my phone breaks, I will absolutely replace it. But as far as just buying new tech for the fun of it and the new fancy thing and the new TV and the new laptop and the new anything, I don't need it. I do not need it. I am a very simple gal. I only need a cell phone that's working and a computer so that I can edit videos for you. And that's really it. I just don't use tech outside of just normal day-to-day necessity, and I just don't want to buy any more tech next year. It's pricey and it does break, so I am going to avoid it. This last one is more open-ended, but I'm not going to buy anything that doesn't have a purpose or a place to go in my home. And this could be absolutely any category. And as I practice more mindfulness and being more minimal I noticed that it's just good to continue with this intention. And these are the things that I mentioned, that I always end up regretting, and are the things that I never thought through. I didn't know where they were gonna go, or I didn't know how they were really gonna serve me. And I'm just kind of at a place 2 years into this journey where I feel like I've built up that muscle, and I think I can do even better next year and not bring those less intentional items into my home. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe. I will make tons more videos like this on minimalism and living more simply and intentionally in the next year. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you soon. Bye.